Hello and welcome to another episode of How To with Paul Henderson. Today's video, I will be installing the PERLEGEAR TV wall mount. I will be installing this on my 43-inch Roku TV, and I will be mounting this bracket to the wall right here. This TV wall mount extends to 32.5 inches. It will hold up to a 100-pound TV, and that TV size can range from 32-inch to 75. My TV is a 43-inch Roku, and it weighs just above, I believe, 15 pounds. Inside the box, you get two sets of these brackets. This mounts to the back of the TV, and this mounts to this unit right here. There's gonna be two sets of these. You also get two end caps that will be on the end of these two bars when they're actually mounted to the TV bracket itself. To the wall mount bracket itself. You also get a level. You get a template, and I already pre-drilled the holes into the wall, so I'm already set for that. You get some Velcro straps for the wires. You get a Allen wrench, or is it called an Allen key? You also get an assortment of screws and bolts. These are for the different style of VESA wall mounts, or VESA mounts that are on the back of most TVs. My TV has a 300 by 300 VESA mount, so it works out perfect. I ended up using M6 by 15 screws. Wait, let me repeat that. The M6 by 15 millimeter screw for the back of the TV. It also comes with spacers, so when you figure out what screw you need to go on the back of the TV, you screw that screw in, let it bottom out. If the screw is above the TV, you might need a spacer or two to be able to use that screw. And if the back of your TV is uneven, like if it's curved, then you're going to need to use spacers probably on the underside of this bracket here. You also get 3 lag bolts that will hold the TV wall mount to the wall, and like I said, I already pre-drilled the holes in there. You also need a socket, which is a 1/2-inch socket for the lag bolts. You will need a drill with a 732 drill bit. Now this drill bit is going to be for the wood. If you are going to be mounting this to brick or concrete, you will need a 3/8-inch drill bit. Now you will use the same lag bolts, but they give you some wall anchors that will go into the brick or the concrete, and then you just tighten them down with the lag bolts. You also need a tape measure and a Phillips screwdriver. So let me go ahead and reposition this camera, and I'll show you how to mount it to the wall. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to mount all this stuff to the back of the TV. I already did part of it. I have the screws already ready to where they're supposed to be on all these brackets, so that way I don't have to fumble around with the bag. So let's go ahead and get this underway. All right, let me get all this crap off here. Okay, so my TV is flat in the back. This is the same height right here. Now this screw hole right here is not as deep as the one here. So because what you're going to want to do is to decide what screw you're going to need, you will take the screw that fits into the bolt hole and screw it all the way down. This one does not go all the way down, so I had to use some spacers. And here are those spacers right here. I ended up using 2 of these flat ones, plus I had used one of the extra washers for on the bottom. You also have, I don't know what size that is, but it's equivalent to almost 3 of these smaller ones. And then there's, I don't have the other one, but there's also a bigger one that is like twice the size. So you got different ones you can use to put on here. So what you're going to do is to just figure out which spacers you're going to need and then put them in here. You don't want to over tighten it. You want to make sure that's going to be snug. And then you're going to take this bracket here. There's actually an arrow that points up. So this is the top of the TV. This is the bottom. Go ahead and put it right here. I'm going to take this one that has the two small rubber spacers and the extra washer. Go ahead and put that right there. Now my top bolt does, or the top screw hole does not need any washers or spacers, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that one right in. And where is the screwdriver? Here we go. Now you want to make sure that you use the spacers because you don't want to have this bracket being loose, and you don't want to over tighten it down into that hole because you might ruin the TV. I mean, you can use those spacers and some of the extra washers that come with it, with the kit. And just make sure that it's nice and snug. So that's it for that. And now what I was talking about earlier, about these pieces here, these will actually mount into the wall mount itself. So what they're going to do is they're going to slip in place right here. I got to take that out. Let me take this screws out real quick. See, it just slides in place, and then you're going to put the two screws right in here. But that is going to be done when this is mounted to the wall. I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. Now, so that's it for the TV part. Now, another reason why you might want to use the spacers would be if your wires were coming out right here and you need that extra space. You can use spacers on this side and on that side. It doesn't really matter. You can use one of the other longer screws to be able to use with the spacers, but I didn't need any spacers on the top. And like I said, I'm going to use the two flat ones with an extra washer on the bottom. So let's go over to the wall and I'll show you how to mount the bracket. All right, so what I had done was, this is how tall my TV screen is. Now this template here is the exact same size as, hang on a second, it's the same size as that right there. So with that said, pretty much the center of this template right here would be the center of the TV. So I had, like I said, I had measured how big my screen is. So this is pretty much where the top of the TV will be and the bottom. But of course it's going to be way over here, so no issues there. So once you figure out where you want this template to be, you're going to put it where you want it to be. You're going to take that level. Let me go grab it real quick. All right, so right here is where I want the TV to be. I'm going to take the level and make sure that it's level. And then I'm going to go ahead and mark these holes here and this one down here. They give you 3 lag screws, so you're going to use all 3 of those. If you were going to mount this to a 4x4 post, you'll probably use these 3 center ones. But right now, they're going to go in here and it is solid all the way through, so there will not be any issues. So once you mark the screw holes, you're going to take your drill. You're going to make sure that you're exposing 2 3/4 inches of drill bit, or if your drill bit's really long, just mark with a piece of tape where 2 3/4 inches is, and then you're going to go ahead and drill 3 holes all the way through. And after you do that, you are going to take your wall mount. Hang on one second. Okay, so you get the TV wall mount. You don't use any washers with this, so you don't have to worry about that. Or if you have a impact wrench, you can go ahead and use that. Well, maybe not impact wrench, electric drill or something. But I'm old school, so I'm going to use the socket. Okay, so now we got that done. So before you start attaching the other pieces to this bracket, go ahead and extend it all the way out, pull down on it, push up, it's not going to go anywhere. So now you take these two brackets right here, there is one, you get this and one of these in one box, and then of course the other side comes in another box. You are going to, let's see if I can get it to show on the camera, you're going to slide it right into here, just like this, and you're going to take this one and put it right there, and you're going to see these two holes right here. You're going to make sure those are lined up. You're going to take your Allen wrench or Allen key, which is right here. Go ahead and just put these in finger tight right now. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and leave it just a little bit loose. And do the same thing for the top portion. These screws are pretty damn small. And just do these just barely to where they contact the metal. And then you are going to take these two end caps. And I already have the screws here. That kind of saved me some time by having them already. Just push them on there. A little tricky. And take your Phillips screwdriver. And then do the same thing to this side. Then you're going to go back to the front and go ahead and tighten these all the way down. Now if you want to double check just to make sure it's not going to fall off the wall, extend it all the way out. Nope, it's on there good. Now I'll go ahead and take the TV. Now, with these brackets here, you got this loose one right here. So after you hang it up on these brackets, you're going to flip this up and tighten it down with these two screws right here. So what you're going to do is flip this little bracket up, take your Phillips screwdriver and put the screw right in that hole and tighten it down. And the same thing to the other side. All right, so let's get this TV plugged in, make sure it works. And there we go. Well, to wrap up another how-to video with Paul Henderson, this one was installing the extendable TV wall mount on my wall, on my balcony, so I can enjoy watching TV out here. Now, I did order a cover from Amazon for this. It should be here tonight. So when I'm not using the TV, I'll go ahead and put the cover on it and it'll be totally protected from the elements. There's also a small overhang above, so that'll kind of help a little bit too. But what I'm going to show you is how you can tilt the TV forward or backward or whatever you want to call it. So right here, you got this little thing right here. Just you're going to unloosen it just a little bit and then go ahead and tilt it this way or tilt it backward, depending on however you want it. So I'm going to go ahead and put it forward a little bit and then you just tighten it down. You don't have to make it like ultra tight, just make sure that it's snug. And that's it. So now the TV is pointing downward just a little bit. Well, if you like this video, tap the like button, tap the subscribe button, and the bell icon, and you get notifications as new videos come out. If you want to make a small donation to my channel, tap the super thanks button underneath this video. Anything I get goes right back into my channel. Well, that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video and enjoy the outdoors as much as you can. Hello and welcome to another episode of How To with Paul Henderson. Today's video, I will be installing the Pearl Girl. Hello and welcome to another episode of How To with Paul Henderson. Today's video, I will be installing the PERLEGEAR extendable TV wall mount. Damn it. Well, there we go, folks. That's how you install an bitch. Anyway, that's it. See you in the next video. Bye.